Taylor Swift has always been a master of reinvention. From country sweetheart to pop powerhouse, she's navigated the music industry with a chameleonic grace that keeps fans and critics alike on their toes. With the release of The Life of a Showgirl, however, the conversation shifted. Swifties, who typically buy every variant she releases without a second thought, found themselves divided, despite the album achieving her biggest debut ever, selling over 4 million units. In its first week, the largest since 1991, its sales plummeted by 91% in the following week. And with that decline came a wave of discourse. Has Taylor finally run out of material? Does she only thrive in moments of heartache? And what's going on with the lyrics that once captivated a generation? Welcome to the world of The Life of a Showgirl, where Taylor is not just an artist, but a performer in a high-stakes spectacle. This 12th album is marketed as a glimpse behind the glamorous facade of fame. In her pursuit of perfection, Swift is revealing the pressures that come with her celebrity status. It raises questions about her creative motivations. Is she genuinely expressing herself, or is she simply cashing in on her brand? The album's rollout was nothing short of extravagant, featuring 34 different variations, including 27 physical editions, 18 CDs, 8 vinyl LPs, and 1 cassette. Titles like Sweat and Vanilla Perfume and Baby That Show Business Edition have garnered both chuckles and eye rolls from fans. The sheer volume of variants feels overwhelming, giving the impression that Swift is more focused on record-breaking sales and the artistry behind her music. Despite the initial success, the staggering drop in sales raised eyebrows. The internet buzzed with speculation. Is Swift's relentless output a sign of creative fatigue? Or is it a calculated move to maintain her reign at the top of the charts? Many fans lamented that her latest effort felt more like a business maneuver than a heartfelt artistic expression. In an age where streaming and social media dictate music consumption, Taylor's approach seems to straddle the line between genius marketing and overexposure. The album's lead single, The Fate of Oilia, quickly became a fan favorite, but drew comparisons to her past hits, leaving some listeners wondering if she was recycling ideas rather than innovating. The involvement of powerhouse producers Max Martin and Shellback, known for crafting hits like Shake It Off and Blank Space, brought high expectations. Yet, some fans felt the album lacked the fresh sound they craved, instead serving a rehashed version of what they had already heard. Swift's focus on the showgirl life hints at deeper themes of struggle and exhaustion woven throughout the album. Tracks like Father Figure and Eldest Daughter touch on the complexities of her journey in the music industry. In Father Figure, Swift flips the narrative, presenting a dark satire of the music industry's power dynamics. Through a mafia metaphor, she reveals how those in positions of authority often manipulate young artists for their gain. The lyrics reflect her transformation from a controlled prodigy into a dominant force in the industry, now calling the shots. Yet, the authenticity of her experiences is called into question. Critics argue that her depiction of struggles as the eldest daughter oversimplifies a reality that many face, particularly those from less privileged backgrounds. Does Swift genuinely connect with these themes, or is she merely reaching for relatability in a world where she has often been the one in power? The Life of a Showgirl explores the pressure to maintain an image of perfection, a sentiment echoed in Swift's own life. In an age where every move is scrutinized, it's easy to see how the fear of fading into obscurity can drive an artist to overexert themselves. Swift has opened up about this fear, suggesting it fuels her relentless work ethic. As she churns out albums, tours, and re-recordings, the question remains, at what cost does this come? The notion of overexposure is a double-edged sword. While Swift's fans devour her content, there's a palpable fear that she might lose her artistic edge in the process. As one fan pointed out, it feels like burnout disguised as brilliance. The relentless pace of her career raises a concern that she may be sacrificing depth for quantity. When it comes to the lyrical content of The Life of a Showgirl, reactions have been polarized. Some listeners find the lyrics cringeworthy, particularly her repeated use of derogatory terms for women. Critics point out the irony of Swift, who once fought against being labeled in such a manner, now using it in her own music. This contradiction has not gone unnoticed, leading to discussions about whether she is perpetuating a narrative she once sought to dismantle. Furthermore, her explorations of themes like fame and identity can feel hollow to some fans. Many argue that her lyrics lack the weight and authenticity that characterize her earlier work. The sensation of Swift reaching for relatability, despite her privileged background, has left some listeners feeling disconnected. The album, they argue, is less about genuine self-exploration and more about maintaining her status as a pop icon. One of the most significant critiques of the life of Showgirl is its perceived lack of evolution. As fans have noted, her earlier albums, like 1989 and Reputation, had clear sonic identities that felt fresh and innovative. In contrast, her latest work feels like a remix of her past selves rather than a genuine reinvention. Swift seems to be chasing the high of her previous successes, without realizing what truly made those eras resonate with her audience. The pressure to remain relevant is palpable, prompting the question, is Swift creating out of inspiration or obligation? With each new release, the stakes grow higher, and the fear of disappointing her dedicated fan base looms large. This delicate balance between artistry and branding is a tightrope that few navigate successfully. As we look ahead, the future of Taylor Swift remains uncertain. Will she continue to thrive in her role as a showgirl, or will the pressures of fame and creative burnout catch up with her? The discourse surrounding the life of a showgirl highlights the complexities of being a public figure in the modern era, where every move is scrutinized and every release is dissected. For now, Swift remains a powerhouse in the music industry, her influence undeniable. Yet, as the conversation evolves, so too must her artistry. Fans and critics alike will be watching closely to see if she can reignite the spark that once made her music feel like a genuine reflection of her experiences. In a world where the stakes are impossibly high, the question remains, can she continue to captivate audiences without sacrificing her authenticity? Only time will tell. Through the lens of the life of a showgirl, we witness not just the evolution of an artist, but the complexities of fame itself. Taylor Swift stands at crossroads, balancing the demands of her audience with the need to remain true to herself. As she navigates this intricate dance, we can only hope that the next chapter of her story will be one of growth, authenticity, and, above all, artistry.